Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, and in today's news, Meghan Markle and Camilla are embroiled in a shock new royal feud after the Duchess of Cornwall was left furious at Prince Harry's wife. The Duchess of Sussex overshadowed a big speech on domestic violence by Camilla on Friday, which was said to have left Prince Charles's wife very upset. Meghan had pictures of her visiting the National Theatre published on the same day Camilla gave her speech on the 10th anniversary of Women's of the World Festival. Camilla had reportedly planned her address for a year and was apparently left devastated by Meghan, who will quit the royal family with Harry on March 31st, overshadowing her big moment. Meghan had reportedly pledged not to overshadow Camilla's vital campaign against abuse, and broke this by demanding the pictures of her private visit to the theatre be made public at the same time. An insider told the Daily Mirror, "Camilla's work is very important to her, and her decision to highlight the source of domestic violence at the 10th anniversary of Women of the World was a carefully thought-out plan. Over the last 4 years, she has worked tirelessly, mostly behind the scenes, but to great effect, to use her platform and personal experiences to highlight the issues and help sufferers." Of course, it was known Harry and Meghan would be doing engagements this week, some privately, but everyone was in agreement that Camilla's speech would take precedence. Unfortunately, some people had other ideas. An email from Buckingham Palace sent out to news organizations on Thursday had made a reference to the agreement to not clash with Camilla. It read, "Please note that media arrangements have been designed specifically with a view to allow royal correspondents to focus on the Duchess of Cornwall's engagement on Friday." It comes after Meghan also angered the palace on January 22nd when she posted pictures on the Sussex Royal of a secret visit to an animal charity, the Mayhew Trust, on the same day Charles made a speech on climate change in front of the world leaders and World Economic Forum in Davos. The latest move sparked fury, with insiders revealing how Meghan has refused to listen to staff who she and Harry sacked in January when they announced they were quitting royal life. Her theatre pictures were taken by a hand-picked photographer, Chris Allerton, who snapped her wedding to Prince Harry and son Archie's christening. 2 photos given to the London Evening Standard showing Meghan beaming in front of a new virtual reality technology at the theatre's immersive storytelling studio. The Duchess's trip to the National Theatre, where she is the patron, took place on Thursday after lunch with Harry at the Gorridge Hotel in London. But she chose to delay promoting the visit so it would not overshadow her appearance with Harry at the Endeavour Fund Awards in the capital that evening. Details of another visit by the Duchess of Sussex to a school in East London yesterday were under strict guidelines not to be revealed until tomorrow, so she could later highlight her work on International Women's Day. Camilla's speech was yesterday praised by the head of the Met Police, Cressida Dick, and the chief executive of Safe Lives, Susanna Jacobs. In it, the Duchess of Cornwall revealed she was launching a social media hashtag #everyone's problem. She said, "On this 10th anniversary as WOW's proud president, it's a huge pleasure to be here today. But I'm also here as a woman in her 70s who, as a somewhat ancient technophobe, is not always familiar with some of the jargon younger people use today, but I do know about hashtags. And now I'm using my very first one, #everyone's problem. Domestic abuse is everyone's problem, and the solution must be too. I find it almost impossible to think any friend of mine might be living under that horrific threat without my knowing it, but that is the power of coercive control and violence in the home. It is characterized by silence. Silence from those that suffer, silence from those around them, and silence from those who perpetuate abuse. This silence is corrosive. It leaves women, children, and men carrying the burden of shame. It prevents them from speaking out about the abuse, and it prevents them from getting help. And it's worst, it can be fatal." Ms. Dick praised Camilla for speaking out on the issue. She said, "It's incredibly important that we have the interest of that the Duchess shows. She has a really deep understanding of the issue and clearly cares." Camilla made the issue of domestic abuse a cornerstone of her public work after visiting the charity Safe Lives in 2016 and meeting survivors of horrific physical and mental torture. In a candid admission last month, the Duchess revealed she has friends who've been victims of violence. No one knows what goes behind front doors. It affects everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. That would be my message. Whoever you are, there are organizations that can help. Meghan and Harry are due to attend the Mountbatten Festival of Music at the Royal Albert Hall on Saturday night as they round off their final engagements as royals. They will attend Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey alongside the royal family next Monday, making their last ever engagement. The couple will then fly back to Canada to join their son Archie, where they will begin their new lives, financially independent life in America. Thank you very much for listening. That's all for today's news. I'll see you next video.